Everybody, want to give you some more devotionals. The Advent devotionals. Advent's over, so not doing any of those anymore, and got busy towards the end and wasn't able to do as many as I wanted to for all of you. But wanted to take some time this week and follow up with some thoughts for the new year, and just following up on my sermon from Sunday. And one of the thoughts, we talked about commitment instead of resolution. And the first point of that was in Psalm 37, we're told to commit everything we do to the Lord. And I challenge you to think about how much of what you do is for yourself and how much of what you do is for God. And we all fail on that scale if we're honest with ourselves. But I want you to think about what that means, what it means to commit everything you do to the Lord. Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans." That there's an intentionality to this. There's something that says, I'm making a commitment before I do something to make sure that it's for God. I'm asking myself ahead of time, am I doing this for Jesus Christ? Sometimes we can do the right things and they're for ourselves. And we think we're doing them for God because they're good, but we're trying to do them for ourselves. In the second half of that Proverbs talks about He'll establish your plans, that the action you want to take may be the right thing, but it's your plan. You're doing it your way. And so it's not just I'm doing something good and this is for God because it's good. Are you doing what you're doing the way that God wants you to do? Committing everything to the Lord is not just about what you do, it's about how you do it. It's about whether you do it God's way or not. Another translation of that same verse, Proverbs 16:3 says, "Commit your actions to the Lord and your plans will succeed." But sometimes, and I was having a conversation this morning about this, where we try to do things our way and they just fail. And then there's this moment where we say, God, I can't do it, so I need you to do it. And then suddenly the exact thing that we wanted to happen, that we were trying to make happen, suddenly happens. God makes a way where we think it's impossible. And we've done everything that we have in our power to do. When we stop trying, somehow our plans succeed because we allow God to take over. We allow God's plan, God to work in people's hearts. Sometimes we're trying to change people or push them or convince them, and we can't do that. And that's not our task. It's not our role. We need God to do that in their hearts for us. We commit what we do to God, and we're doing it for Him, and we're going to follow in His path and do it His way, and that's when we succeed. Not because we've decided to do the right thing, but because we've decided to follow the right person. So I want to challenge you as you think about this new year. How are you committing everything you do to the Lord? How are you committing to God, whatever you do? How are you committing all your actions to Him? How are your plans His plans and not your own anymore? Think about the things in your life. The challenge is to evaluate what you do on a day-to-day basis. What you do big picture with your job, with your family, with your relationships. Am I in these things? Am I doing these things for the Lord? You can do the same things. It doesn't mean you have to change what you're doing, but it might mean you have to change how you're doing it. The heart with which you're doing it, the mind with which you're doing, the intentionality with which you're doing it. It's not necessarily a change in action, it's a change in you. Commit yourself, commit your heart, commit your way to the Lord. And then everything you do can be done for Him. I challenge you to think about how you can commit more of what you do, more of who you are, more of your day-to-day life to God, to His will, to His way, that your plans would be His plans, and that because of that, they would succeed. And you would see His purpose, His favor, His blessing upon who you are and what you do because you're walking in His way with His heart.